Hey, ladies and gents, welcome back to Red Band Cast or Resurrection Reviews or whatever it is here on this YouTube channel. Today I'm going to do a special kind of thing. Hoping this turns into a video series today. I've got quite a lot of time with virtually nothing to do besides maybe do a little bit of cleaning at home. I'm off work until 4 o'clock, so probably until about 3:45 I'm going to be just hanging out, maybe doing a little bit of cleaning. Might run out and get something to eat or something to drink or something like that. But most of today, I think, is going to be watching movies and reading. So, I guess you get just a little bit of a view of my home here. But I've been reading the works of Dashiell Hammett, or Dashiell Hammett. I think that's the way that he preferred it back in the day. Dashiell Hammett. Specifically, I've been reading The Maltese Falcon, which of course is what the movie is based on. And I've been sipping me some nice tea. This is a Constant Comment. Bigelow Constant Comment. Really good stuff. A little bit of honey in there. Really nice stuff. Nice orange peel flavor. Love it. Thank you to my father-in-law for turning me on to that. Been listening to The Sausage Factory on YouTube. An old episode. But considering I just have a lot of time today, I was figuring I would do a little bit of a video series just talking about specifically what I'm going to call the Vhs Apocalypse, which is my sort of obsession that's come about recently with sort of collecting these VHS tapes. Or checking out old VHS tapes that I had. I've bought a few of these recently, meaning in the past year, and a few of these I have, I've checked out that I had when I was a kid. One I just started watching recently. A lot of these are like either taped off of video or taped off of TV, so I've got a lot of that stuff going on. But I wanted to show you my whole collection here real quick. And then basically I'm just going to start running through them. Really no rhyme or reason or anything. No specific reason for this. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. So we're going to start off with the tapes that are taped off of television. And these are in sort of an alphabetical order, but sort of not. But anyway, here we go. This and this kind of big, this kind of thick case here. This is taped off of video mostly, I think. Taped off of other videos. And this has Bambi, The Land Before Time, and The Jungle Book. So all three animated movies. I remember watching this tape of Bambi as a kid, which is different because, as some of you know, I am a hunter. And so oftentimes sort of the hunting aspect, I mean, the kind of hunter that's depicted in that movie is really kind of a jerk, but let's not get too far into this. Regardless, Bambi is on here. The Land Before Time, actually, I think it's The Land Before Time 2, the first appearance of Chomper. I really like The Land Before Time series, or liked it as a kid. I can't say much for it today. I really love the first movie, and I recently watched the second one as well. Not on this tape, although I did kind of start it, but I think for a while it was on Netflix, if it's not still on there. But it's a cool, fun little animated movie. Definitely direct to VHS tape. And The Jungle Book, it's been forever since I watched that movie, but maybe I'll watch it either today or sometime soon. Some of this animated stuff I might actually watch with my wife because she's a big animation fan, especially of Disney. So I might have to check out The Jungle Book with her. So we got that. Next up, we've got my Aunt Sheila taped this VHS tape for me of a bunch of Scooby-Doo episodes that came on TV one day. We were having a yard sale, and it was this specific marathon. I went online and figured out the exact date, but I kind of forget now. But it's one of my most treasured VHS tapes, if not the most treasured I have. Scooby-Doo taped from Aunt Sheila, and it's even got a little picture there. So that's really fun. But I love that VHS tape. I watch it at least once a year. Really fun stuff. It's got a whole bunch of Scooby-Doo episodes, especially with Scrappy-Doo. I'm not a huge Scrappy-Doo fan, but some of that stuff from that era is just kind of intriguing when you really look at the history of it. And then it's also got, I think it's got at least Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island on it, and then it might also have Scooby-Doo and the Reluctant Werewolf. So, really interesting stuff there. This is another Scooby-Doo VHS tape. Here, we actually got a slipcase for this one. And it goes inside here, but written on the side is just Scooby-Doo. But, I'm going to sit you down here. This is going to be terrible camera work. This is very much sort of vlog-style stuff going on here. And it's actually Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School, which is one of the Scooby-Doo, Hanna-Barbera, what do they call it? Superstars 10. So, that's a fun one. Not great, but fun. This I haven't watched in years upon years, and what it says it's got on it is Spider-Man in Spidey Goes Hollywood and Spider-Man Return of the Green Goblin. I'm not really certain what these episodes are. I think some of these episodes are from the... Good gosh, dropped my phone. Thank God I've got an OtterBox. This is going to be the weirdest video. It's just going to kind of be really free-flowing and stuff. But this has just got Spider-Man stuff on it. I don't know if this is from just the 80s episode, 80s series, or if it's from some of the 90s series as well. But I would love to rewatch this. Hopefully I'll have some time to do it. This is, let's see, got this slipcase here. It's a Sony tape. This is the Superman Batman movie and Batman Beyond. I really liked the Superman Batman movie, or I liked it a lot as a kid. I'm hoping when I revisit it that it's pretty good. I started watching it the other day, and it is pretty good. But this also has something from Batman Beyond on here. I don't really know what. But really looking forward to rewatching that. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. A whole bunch of Ninja Turtles videos just sort of taped off of mostly VHS tapes rented from our old Hastings from this town. We used to have a Hastings in our mall. And now our mall is basically defunct and I go to church in it. But it's still got a few other stores in there as well. But Hastings moved out of that and moved into the big sort of shopping center that we now have. And then eventually Hastings went out of business and we no longer have the Hastings. So, but I loved Hastings. And in fact, at some point I got to show off some memorabilia I got from it. But we've also got this tape here. Which doesn't have a slipcase. It's a Memorex Pro HG. Don't really know what that means. So this is interesting because I don't know if this is taped off of TV or off of other videos or what, but it has two titles scratched off here. And it's Crocodile Dundee 2 and Cocktail. Both are scratched out. And then written beneath it, and also on the side here, is Uncle Buck, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, and Lethal Weapon 2. So this sort of series that I'm doing today, if I watch this, at least two of these movies could actually go into the 100 Greatest Action Movies series as well that I'm doing. Because that gives me access to both those movies. Although, also, I will say, Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade is on Netflix, if you guys want to check it out. It's been forever since I watched that movie. Here, this is one I bought maybe last year or something like that. This is Beauty and the Beast. This is the supposedly really, really expensive version. The case is in terrible condition, and actually before I made this video, I dropped it. But the tape seems to be in perfect working order. Still looks pretty good. Beauty and the Beast. This is the Black Diamond edition. But yeah, like I said, the case is in terrible condition. It's actually not worth much money. It's just that some people are selling it for outrageous amounts for no good reason. Another one we bought a couple of years ago. This was one that we were just going to have to take it to a gathering and watch it as some cheesy stuff because we thought they had a VCR at this location, but they didn't. But I ended up just watching it at home. Bingo! Yeah, he's every family's best friend. I don't know. It's a silly little movie, but it's fun and 90s nostalgia. I've never seen it, but it feels like a lot of stuff that came out then. We've got a tape of the Fantastic Four TV series. I believe this is from the maybe 70s or 80s. I can't remember. But this is The Menace of Magneto. So I think it's got like one or two episodes, maybe 3 on here with the Fantastic Four. And the last I remember, either me or my brother stepped on this VHS tape, and it may not work anymore, but I'm going to try it out anyway. Maybe not today, but eventually. This is one I bought at our local Peddler's Mall. I wanted a VHS tape of this movie because it's kind of an important movie for me, at least in becoming a horror fan. It's Friday the 13th. Really cool stuff here. Yeah, I like Friday the 13th a lot. And it's a really cool VHS tape. Maybe I'll eventually get somebody to sign it. Who knows? And it's in really good condition, too. At least the box is. And then we've got Gremlins. This is the tape I had as a kid. There's tons of like commercials on here. Trailers for upcoming video releases that I just find really fascinating and cool. I try to watch this tape about once a year as well. Really, really great movie, and one of the most nostalgic movies for me in general. I know this camera angle's weird, guys, but I find it kind of interesting. Maybe I'll pick you up here in a minute. Another one I bought at Peddler's Mall fairly recently, within the last couple years, is Halloween 4. I recently watched this tape with my brother-in-law when he was over, and it turned out pretty well. Pretty good audio and visual quality for VHS tape. This is actually an Anchor Bay release, when Anchor Bay used to do VHS tapes, but really cool stuff. So there's that. Then one I watched a couple times as a kid, but freaked me out, is the Warner Brothers Classic Tales VHS tape of The Hobbit. This is not a great movie, not a great adaptation of The Hobbit, but it's something fun to watch. It was something I decided to revisit. I think my wife watched it a little bit with me. She's a huge Tolkien fan, and that didn't go over very well. Anyway, this is Independence Day. I bought this really recently, like this past summer at Independence Day. At Independence Day? No, at Peddler's Mall. Paid like $1 for it. This is a really cool little VHS tape. I haven't actually finished the movie on here yet, so I'm going to have to finish it. Next up, we've got... Oh, this is really cool. This is actually a little bit of Hastings memorabilia. This is actually the back, but this is a VHS tape with the Hastings thing. It's like a Hastings movie collection. Your Entertainment Superstore. Really cool stuff. Again, I know this is terrible. Like just moving around with the camera and stuff like that. But this is just a fun little vlog video. And this is The Nutty Professor, a movie a lot of people really don't like. A lot of people really hate that movie, but I'm a big fan. I think it's funny. I watched it as a kid and really enjoyed it. This one I bought at the local Goodwill, and this actually is still kind of in packaging. It's a special collector's edition from Walmart of Pulp Fiction. I just thought this was really cool. This is when I was going through my big Pulp Fiction phase, and I was a huge fan of that movie. I still am. It's one of my top 10 favorite movies. But I really like this cover art and this tape. Just really cool stuff. You can hear the tape wiggling around in there. Listen to that. Kind of squeaky. I don't know if that's a bad thing or a good thing or nothing, but anyway. Oh, we're getting into the Scooby-Doo stuff now. I'm a huge Scooby-Doo fan, as you know. I showed you those couple of tapes there. These are official Scooby-Doo releases. Not just taped off of television or movies or something like that. This is Scooby-Doo's Greatest Mysteries. This has a bunch of the Season 1 episodes on it. It's got one episode from Season 2, which is maybe my favorite episode, or at least up there with my favorite episodes. But Scooby-Doo's Greatest Mysteries, I love this. This also has the, what do you call it? It's like Scooby-Doo Backstage or something like that. It's really cool. And then we've got Classic Scooby-Doo. This has got The Haunted House Hang-Up and A Night of Fright is No Delight. Really great episodes, especially A Night of Fright is No Delight. Scooby-Doo's Spookiest Tales, really fun stuff on here. I'm going to try and fly through this because this video is getting long. Scooby-Doo meets Batman. Love these episodes. Love, love, love them from the new Scooby-Doo movies. Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. Love that movie as well. Scooby-Doo meets the Boo Brothers, my favorite of the Hanna-Barbera Superstars 10 movies. At least for Scooby-Doo, because those are the only ones of that series I've seen. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. Love, love that movie as well. Well, I guess in some ways I love it. It's my least favorite of those, of the Scooby Renaissance direct-to-video movies. I'll have to make a video about those sometime. Scooby-Doo, the live-action movie, I was a big fan as a kid. I know it's terrible, but it's got a little bit of nostalgic quality for me. And now we're getting out of Scooby-Doo, and this is one of my favorite VHS tapes, Scream. Just love that cover art. Love it. Then we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Turtles vs. Leatherhead, really fun stuff there. The original movie. The second one, Secret of the Ooze, which I think might be my favorite out of the movies. I just think they're fun. And finally, Transformers the movie. Haven't watched this movie in forever. But anyway, that's it. Just look at that stuff. I don't know if I'm really even getting good shots here or not. But anyway, yeah, fun stuff. I'm going to be watching it today. Watch out for more videos. Rock on. If you like, subscribe. Talk to you later. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye. See you in a few minutes.